For many collectors, there is an internal and often external debate about whether to purchase knockoffs or KOs of their favorite toys. Often it has to do with the continuity or theme of the collection. Sometimes it's about sticking to a specific brand line, and sometimes it's about availability and, of course, price. For those that do decide to go the KO route, there are a number of good websites to begin your hunt. And on this episode of the Book of Bargains, we take a look at AliExpress. AliExpress launched in 2010 and is an online retail service based in China. Now, why is it called a service? Because its platform allows small businesses to sell various items to people all around the world. They are sometimes compared more to eBay than Amazon's of the world, as the sellers are independent of each other. The sellers you find on AliExpress can be companies or even individuals, and the reason it is not considered like a Chinese Amazon is because AliExpress itself does not sell products directly. Now, the first question whenever anyone thinks about looking at these type of sites or KOs in general is it safe? Well, I will answer that question with my own experience. I personally have purchased a total of 7 items from AliExpress, and I have yet to have a real issue. But there are some things that I look for whenever I'm taking a look at any of these type of sites. The first thing I do, especially to AliExpress, is check the seller's rating and review. On any item you see, there will be the name of the seller's company. I make sure to check when they first opened their business and various reviews of products they sold and ratings for them. And, they'll tell you if there was an issue with shipping, damage, things like that. Personally, I like a store that has been open for at least 4 or 5 years and has a good number of reviews. I also compare the item across the site. For example, say I want a Transformers Soundwave KO. I will search for that same item in AliExpress many times, and you'll find many places selling it. Here you can compare the price, read reviews, see descriptions and pictures, and very importantly, check the shipping price. Also, for me personally, I only shop online with a very good credit card. American Express is really good for online shopping. I know that if I have to process a chargeback, if something goes wrong, I'm not going to have to deal with problems with my credit card company. So here are some things to look out for. The price that is too good to be true. One little thing that's a little bit scummy, I guess, that AliExpress loves to do, this little trick, is when you see a super low price and a picture of that item that you want. But here's how they get you. So let's go back to that Soundwave. Say you're looking for that Soundwave and you search for it in AliExpress and you see a bunch of sellers offering it. Then one seller has it for like 80% less than anyone else. When you click on it, you may find one of two things. One, the shipping is super expensive. A lot of places offer free shipping, but other ones will throw in crazy prices. You see, anyone who does eBay shopping understands what this is like. But here's an example. The item normally sells for $50 and it has free shipping. You see it for $20, but then the shipping is $35. You get it? Same thing on eBay. 99 cents, $25 shipping. They really want you to pay $25 or more. So keep your eyes open. 2, you see the item for, let's say, $20. Great deal. You click on it and you notice there are other lesser items listed there as well in the picture. It'll turn out that the item is not really $20. It's an add-on kit or a display stand or something else. So when you click on the actual picture of the item that you want, of course it's much higher than $20. The good news is many sellers want to be clear and upfront with what they're selling, especially if the item is a KO. The good sellers usually have large pictures with the heights and dimensions and everything on it, so you can see exactly what you're getting. This is especially important for Transformers because sometimes you think you're getting a full-size Soundwave knockoff and don't check the measurements and end up with a tiny figure and you're upset. I've made that mistake. If you are someone like me who cannot convert centimeters to inches on the fly, just use Google because they usually use centimeters on those sites. In general, it is important to understand what a KO is. Sometimes the KO is the exact model of the original, and in the case of a transformer, will transform and operate the same way or very close to the original. Sometimes the KO is completely different, and if you have issues transforming a toy like I do, you may want to make sure it has instructions or that you're able to find a YouTube video about it. Now, let's talk about ways to save when you're on AliExpress. As I said, it's best to check all the different sellers that offer the item that you want. For example, I was looking for a knockoff Cyclonus. When I typed in Cyclonus Transformer into AliExpress, I got a whole bunch of responses. You may see them listed as like a masterpiece version knockoff. It could be Cyclonus add-on kits. It could be miniature Cyclonuses and on and on. When you find one you want, if there is a model number attached to it, such as MF19B, you can then search that model number. And then you can check things such as shipping cost, seller rating, and read a description to get the best bargain. As a tip, I look up that model number in YouTube as well to see if I can find a review on it. There are lots of great streamers, including myself, that have bought these items and will do a full review and tell you, hey, is it actually worth the price or should you avoid it? So now that you have your seller and you have the item that you want, what you can do is check to see if that seller has any coupons. On AliExpress, sometimes the seller will have small coupons, usually something like $2 off 30, or if you buy 2, you get X% off or X dollars off. AliExpress also has a coin system where you can collect coins. There are a bunch that you can get daily, and then there's games that you can play that gives you coins, such as Go-Go Match and Merge Boss. Each coin is worth a penny, but the trick is you cannot use all the coins at once. Instead, what you'll have is a coin discount page where you can save a percentage of it. Sometimes it'll be a decent amount, say 25% or more off, and sometimes as low as 2%. But hey, it's something. Either way, it's important to just, if you're going to go on the site, just get the coins anyway. You don't have to play the games it's going to eat up your time or not. But just having them just there just in case, it doesn't hurt. Now, keep in mind, shipping from places like China can be very slow, especially when we're used to super fast shipping through places like Amazon. I've found while it can still take a week or maybe 2 for some items, they do seem to be faster than Temu. And I admit that the packages from AliExpress usually come with less damage. Speaking of which, one thing to look out for that is that when AliExpress sellers offer you the option to select with or without a box for your item, because that's very important for collectors. Most of the time, the price difference is just a few dollars, and while for the most part I don't care about box collecting personally, it does add extra protection for the item considering it's shipping from such a long distance. If your item is expensive or delicate, then it's best to pay the few extra bucks so that you can get the box. Now, as a bargain hunter, I approve of AliExpress. They often have little sales where you can get very nice KO Transformers for as low as $7. I actually have some back there. I try to be picky about what I go after. I look for lines that I cannot usually find or that are way too expensive. I compare with eBay, Amazon, and so on. I can say that I've been happy with pretty much everything I've ordered so far. However, I have yet to purchase an item over $25, so I can't speak to the more higher price items. That's really up to you as far as what you want to do when collecting a KO. So, do you have any questions or, about AliExpress, about KOs in general? Please leave it in the comments, because I think that there are a lot of KOs out there that look really awesome. And I have some back here. Let's see, is there one that I can just grab quickly? Okay, let's see. Grab this one, and I'll grab like here. Alright, so just quickly, so this is an example of one of the KOs. So this one I got for, I think it was like $8, and I'm going to do a video comparing this to, show you this one, to this, because this is what kind of like I'm talking about. These are basically the same models. This came from Amazon and is official. This came from AliExpress and is a knockoff. But as I'll show, like the transformation, the plastic, the feel is pretty much exactly the same. So the thing is that sometimes when people hear knockoff, they get the idea that it has to be something cheap or terrible. No, that's not always the case. That's why it's good to do your research, watch videos, things like that, so you get an idea. I just recently did this video. This is from the Bruticus line, and yes, this one's different than what you may see like if you bought the actual Bruticus through the Hasbro line. But again, like, I mean, you can see like it's not the real Transformer symbol. But again, this is really good plastic. It transforms. It looks cool. It came packaged really well. So that's kind of like what I mean when, you know, doing your research, because there's definitely some lines out there that is worth it. And of course, a lot of people do KOs because Hasbro or other manufacturers haven't released a version of, especially a Transformer, that they're looking for yet, but they can find it on KO. So again, it's one of those things that it's really up to each collector to decide if that's something they want to do. But thank you so much for watching this, and again, if you have any questions about AliExpress, collecting, KOs, or anything, please leave in the comments. I'm happy to talk about this stuff. But until next time, remember our motto: no discount, no deal. Catch you next time.